Just so you know, this is silly town.
Nice and weird already. Hello. Welcome back. Oh my god, I just got so itchy as soon as I started talking. Welcome back. Today, spoiler alert, will be a treat for anyone watching on YouTube. Well, first of all, we're caffeinating if you can't tell since I can't talk. But today's episode will be for our YouTube audience. It's also the last time we're recording before you go away. We won't be talking about. That was a great sound. I wish we need to clip that when we figure out how to just put in random sound. This is the last time we will be talking about your trip prep, and next time we record, we'll be talking about how it went.
Yes, I did not pack yesterday like I was supposed to.
It's fine. Like I said, we're not worried about this yet.
I also did spend
days to pack too, right? 3 days.
3 days, yeah. I did spend 2 hours calling and driving around yesterday trying to find a fucking bank that would let me exchange my cash. Only to get denied from everywhere, because my bank doesn't do it. And apparently all the online things that I read said that they lied. And banks won't do it unless you have an account with them.
Oh yeah,
and my airport is not an international airport, so they don't do it. And by the time I get to the Chicago airport, all of their exchange spots will be closed. So
well, you'll have to do it there.
No, I'm going to get prepaid visas before I leave, and if I need to use an ATM there, I'll just use that. I'm just not going to worry about taking cash with me. I will.
The only thing you really need cash for is the tattoos. Most places won't take cash. Most places won't take cash anyway.
Yeah, well, that, or I am going to a couple of shows, and I don't know if the bands are going to take cash for merch or anything. If I do decide to get some merch or something, so I'm just I just kind of want to have it backup just in case something fucks up. But I also do need to call my bank today to make sure they know that I'm fucking off. But yeah,
a lot of the bands will probably have Venmos and stuff too. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, I fucking hope so. But
they do have, if you look at, I don't know, at least in the cities, when you're in London, there'll be ATMs that don't charge fees, and so you'll just pay your bank's fees.
Oh yeah, well that's why I'm getting the prepaid ones, because I probably shouldn't trust online things, but I guess if you use the Visa debit card type ones versus your actual bank card, the fees aren't as much because my bank is shit with the fees. So
oh yeah, I don't know. My bank's I've had TD Bank forever. They're really good with the fees.
Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Love it.
But yeah. My favorite topic today, body modifications. I'm so excited.
I just want you to know that you said favorite, and that gave me anxiety because I don't like picking a favorite anything, and immediately you're my favorite, and I was no, there's no such thing as a favorite.
I have a lot of favorites.
I know, I'm weird. I'm so weird. We'll just leave that one on the table for another day. My reaction to pick your top song, nope, fuck off.
No,
I'd rather jump off the building.
Pick a genre, and very very specific subgenre, because that will also change. It also pick a country, because that will also make a difference.
No, man, if you told me to pick my favorite song by a band, I'm telling you no.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Yeah, that's fair. It depends on the mood, honestly. Yeah,
I mean, I could do a top 3 for most bands.
Yeah,
that's about as close as you'll get me to number 1.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, one of my favorite things for the longest time has been body mods. Obviously, if you've watched any of the videos or anything, you can definitely see that I'm a big fan of poking myself.
Imagine if nobody's watched them until right now, and they're
oh no, a few people have watched them.
No, I don't mean
there's one that actually has no views, and I'm why? I think our second episode has the most views though, and I'm just okay, that's interesting. But yeah, where do you want to start?
I don't know. I feel I don't know. Do we just go through Should we go through individual tours or should we start with like first each? I don't know.
Yeah. But what was your first one?
Oh, okay, I have to stand up already. Just so you know. So
I
my
will.
first one, I think, is the reason why I have never been upset or expected a tattoo to be perfect because of my first one. So
Yeah.
I had this brilliant idea when I was 16 for what I wanted my first tattoo to be. And I found some examples, and my art teacher, if anybody is from anybody of my friends from home are listening, Mr. Birdie drew this. Shout out Mr. Birdie. Drew it for me, sketched it for me. And that was when I was 16, and I was like, if I still like this when I'm 18, I'll get it. So on my 18th birthday, I went to get it. And brought my ex-boyfriend from high school at the time because he knew where I wanted it and it was on my back. And I was like, okay, so your job is to make sure that it's like in the right spot because you know where I want it. I've been talking about this for 2 years. He's like, yeah. So I wanted it on my lower back, like just above where my jeans were. And this is like low-rise jeans days, so you know it was low already. And so he's like, all right, I got it. So then I go to look at, I didn't look at the stencil because I just trusted him to look at the stencil. And then I go look at it when it's done, and I'm like, well, this is on my ass. And he's like, no, it was right above your jeans where you told me. And I was like, before or after they pulled them down? He was like, I didn't know you pulled your jeans down. So tattoo number 1 should have been like here, but she is there.
Nice.
And I just desperately had to have this angel devil heart thing. So much so that I planned it out 2 years in advance.
Very nice. I mean, hey, at least you thought about it and really held on to that.
Listen, I still like it. I think it's cute. It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't hate that it doesn't have to be out on display if I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so. Ever since then, I've never really been like picky about if they're perfect or not. Because I'm like, my very first one that I planned for 2 years got fucked up. So whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Very nice. I absolutely put zero thought into my first tattoo. It's also one of my biggest, so far.
Bam.
I've been 18 for like a month, 2 months maybe? No, not even 2 months, because it was still winter as fuck.
Winter as fuck.
And my mom agreed to take me to the tattoo convention because we always have like a really big tattoo convention that comes around here.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited because I'm just like freshly 18, like I'm gonna go meet all these artists, like it's gonna be so fun. And we get there and we're walking around, and she looks at me and she's like, you want a tattoo? I'm like, of course I want a fucking tattoo. What do you mean? And so she offered to pay for my first tattoo. I was like, fuck yeah, let's find somebody, let's go. And so I walked up to this booth, this dude from Florida, and this makes sense. His tattooer name was Freak.
Okay.
Big burly dude, super cool.
So not a silly little freak.
No.
A big one.
No. He was also like the polar opposite of what you would expect someone who looks that intimidating from Florida to be like.
Okay.
Like so fucking nice and like was super cool about like helping me through my first tattoo and all that shit. But he had some designs laid out on the table and I was like, that one. And I don't know how many people have been to tattoo conventions, but some artists, especially nowadays, most of them will bring their own like tables, like the folding massage tables, so they have somewhere to tattoo people. This was not the case. And so what he did have, however, was 4 of those metal folding chairs. I have a picture. So he set them up like bench style, and because for some reason I decided to get it on the back of my calf. I will take my pants off and show you in a second. But there was a dude at the booth next to me who was also getting a tattoo, and he was like straddling one of the folding chairs, and like where I got placed, my head was basically in his lap for like the 2 hours that it took for me to get this tattoo done. And he was getting like this giant piece on like his backside rib area of like a really cool black and gray train. Like that's all I remember. But he was like he had like took off like his headphones, like kind of coaching me through it and stuff, and like being really cool because he was very heavily tattooed.
Mm.
So it was a really fantastic experience aside from laying on the metal chairs for that long. But hold on, actually, I don't know how to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it has absolutely no meaning.
Flash piece.
Try not to rip my headphones out of me.
Buzz is really put on a show right now. I just want you to know that.
All right, so that was my very first tattoo.
Bro, that's your leg. How'd you get your leg up there like that?
You don't want to see what's off camera.
Okay.
I'm bending real weird over here.
Okay. I thought that was your arm, and then I'm like, wait.
Nope,
they said it was on the back of their leg.
Yep, back of my calf. And he went hard with like the shading and the white highlights and everything too. So like from the very first one, I was like, okay, I know what I'm getting in for the rest of my body, and now I need thousands of dollars because I need to be covered immediately. So yeah, that was a great experience. It was really fun. Actually, I'm gonna actually show you or send you the picture, but yeah. How about I'm guessing you don't want to pick a favorite.
Well, they change. I could it's hard. I could get it down to 2 favorites.
Yeah.
That works. Okay.
All right.
Oh, could I? Yeah, it's fine. I could 3. I could get it down to 3. So this one, I want to just turn it down so you can see her. Can you see her okay? There she goes.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a name. I've never named her. I'm trying to give you, like, her tail is the coolest because it's like Sugar wanted to do it like iridescent. So almost this whole arm is Sugar. Her name's Anastasia. I just call her Anna or Sugar. I never named her though. It says Hope underneath it. That's a totally different tattoo. And people are like, is her name Hope? I'm like, no, shh, stop.
Unrelated.
She was just like, I walked in and I was like, can you see her little lashes if I do this? Like, look at how cute her little tiny lashes are. They're hard to see now.
The attention to details, immaculate though.
She's sick, dude. This is over a year old. Probably closer to 2. I was just like, I want a mermaid, but like, I don't give her red hair. And she was like, I wouldn't fucking do that to you, Jen. And I was like, all right, cool. So she's one of them. This one that takes over all of my selfies now. God, my light is broken and I'm really pissed off because it's not doing any of the colors justice on anything. And I can't do, nope, that doesn't make it any better. Whatever. This one, all I knew was I wanted, because this is my band sleeve, so all I knew was that I wanted this Glass Heart lyric from a song that resonated with me, and I went to see an artist that's going to do some work on my leg. It was the first time she was tattooing me. And I was like, I want this lyric. And she was like, okay, what do you, like, how do you want it? And I was like, I don't really know. I just know that I want the font to be, like, really simple, and, like, this is the line that I want. And she was like, okay, well, where do you want it? And I was like, well, like, I think on this arm, because this arm is going to be, like, all band themed, and it's from a band, and, like, from a song, whatever. And she's like, where? And I'm like, I don't know. So then she's like, well, what if we do it, like, down here on my forearm? And I'm like, yeah, but there's, like, already a lot of, there's already writing there and stuff. And she's like, okay, what if we do it on, she wanted to do it somewhere on this arm. And I was like, no, I want to do it on this arm. And then she's like, all right, well, what do you want? I'm like, just the words, I think. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, but you could, I don't know, maybe you could put, like, the band logo, or maybe you could, like, do something else. And she's like, well, how big do you want it? I'm like, I really don't know, like, whatever you want. But, like, I want to put a bunch more up here, so, like, maybe down. And she's like, can I just do something with it? I'm like, yeah, because I, like, very rarely go to the full idea. So she just showed up with this, like, eyeball.
Yeah.
And she was like, would you be interested in this? And I was like, would I be interested in that? She's like, yeah. So initially, though, the eye was brown. And I was like, yes, I want that. I do want that. And I'm like, where do you want to put it? She's like, I want to put it in your elbow ditch. Is that okay? And I was like, is that okay? Like, yes, that's where I want you to put it. So after she put the stencil on, I looked at it, and only because this one has a lot of like warm colors, I was like, all
Yeah.
right, well, can we just make the eye blue so it's not so much warmth in the same spot? When it's
The
like
colors
lotion,
in that one are phenomenal.
I know it's so. I'm so annoyed. Wait, hold on. I just want to like show it with the color because it doesn't do it any justice, and it's too fresh to be looking like that because it doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
So she did this whole thing was like her. There it is. That's a little bit better. So the whole thing was her baby. And it looks really sick still when I lotion it up. So I love that one. And I probably get the most compliments on that one and the one above it.
Yeah.
And then this one, it says, I'm alive in this moment. This is Taylor Hanson's handwriting. So Hanson is my favorite band since I was 12. And they're like notoriously easy to meet. Like they will just hang out after shows because the fan base is pretty calm now. We're not insane anymore.
Yeah.
But this was like every show, if you RSVP that you're going to a show, you can win like a formal meet and greet. And it's like you and 3 other people. And you take like a band picture and you can talk to them for a little bit and you can bring shit to sign.
That's cool.
Yep. So I finally won in September 2021 when I was in Denver, which was like really fucking cool because it was the year that I was like, fuck this, I'm going to follow this band on tour for a little bit. And the first time I ever did that. And so I was like, well, this is my chance. I need them to write this for me. So he's like, what do you want us to sign? And I was like, actually, can you just write this lyric out for me, like all 3 of you? Because I had no idea what everybody's handwriting was going to look like.
Yeah.
And he had a Sharpie in his hand and he went to write it. And I was like, no, I have a pen for you. And he was like, you don't like my pen? And I was like, no, I don't like your pen. And so by the time Isaac got the notebook, he had figured out what it was for. And he was like painstakingly trying to write so neatly. And I was like, please just write it how you would write it. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So after I looked at them all, it ended up going with Taylor's handwriting. But I still have the page to like frame. And then they
Nice.
looked at me and Taylor was like, do you want us to sign anything? And I was like, I guess you could sign the bottom of this page if you want. Like, I didn't bring anything.
It's like, no, I got what I wanted. It's fine.
Like totally, I don't know. I have other stuff they signed. I don't even know where I put the shit that they signed. Like, I don't know what to do with this stuff. When you guys get like guitar picks and shit signed, like what do you do with it? Because I don't even know where the Hanson stuff is. And then I have this fucking guitar pick that Taylor put in a plastic bag for me that just sits on my desk. Like, what do I do? Anyway, sorry, ADD is already kicking in. Those are my 3 favorites.
Nice. I found my pictures really quick. They're really blurry because it was 2013 and my mom had one of those like looks like a BlackBerry but it like slides up to the keyboard kind of phones. So the camera was absolute dog shit. So
Like the Sidekick?
no.
Oh, okay, sorry, go ahead.
I actually don't remember what it was. So this is the glare. Oh, that glare is awful. So I don't know if you can see him, but I glow in the dark. But that's the dude that did it. Very and this
Oh my god.
That's the setup. So that's the dude who's like my head is right here. If I turned my head the other way, it was like basically in his lap, and like it's yeah. So it was a fun time.
That is an interesting fucking setup.
It was an interesting setup.
For
Yeah.
you.
I also don't know if I have favorites because it depends on like they just update. Like all of them are my favorites for different reasons, but it's like every time I get a new one, I'm just like, this is my favorite now. Ow, I think I have a giant bruise on the back of my arm, but this is one of my favorites.
Which one? Sorry, I got distracted.
There's a
Oh,
I do have a giant bruise on the back of my arm. Nice.
you have 2. You have 2 like symmetrical bruises on the back. What did you do?
I literally hit like right here on a dolly at work the other day when I was trying to hurry. The day I was getting yelled at. So yeah, but it's like a cicada with some geometrical shit. It's one of my favorites. The line work is fantastic.
That's cool.
One of my favorite artists in Omaha. They also did my tooth.
The tooth is. I look at the tooth all the time while we're talking.
I get a lot of comments on that one because I think it's part of it's because it's so visible. But like I also have like my hands done, but like that one just really catches people. They're like, "Were you gonna be like a dental student or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm a creepy bitch. I like teeth. Fuck off." Like,
yeah.
But they are so fast. Their lines are so fucking clean. They're super chill. And they work at their shop is like Blue Frog, so I love that so much.
That's
I think there's actually a frog that is in the shop there. I haven't been to the new shop yet, but I need to go back really bad. But I think the cicadas stays one of my favorites just because I wanted it for a really long time.
is that when they were?
I got
Is
it
it-
last year. Yeah. So it was like I got the tooth, and then like 2 weeks later I got my fingers done, and then like another week later I went and got the cicada done.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's probably my I have a least favorite, but
Oh, do it.
actually I have a couple least favorites, but
Are we doing least favorite?
we can do least favorites.
Let's do
Mine
it.
are really bad because it's like my friend had a machine or like I had a machine, and I've given myself a fair amount of tattoos. Some of them are already kind of covered up. Well, at least one of them. Like this hand one. This is you can actually still kind of see it. It's like the line work because I didn't get the background on it done. So like
Yeah.
I did one from like it like starts here and went like all the way up my wrist.
You tattooed all the way up your own wrist?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's also this one I just need to get fixed because I love it. My little funky little monster.
Oh, that's cute though.
I'm trying to find I don't know which way to turn to make this like a better visual. But that one, dog shit. Like this what because I tried to tattoo over a really deep scar, like a burn scar,
Yeah.
and I gave up. So I need to get that one covered up really bad. I also have a giant one on my thigh that every time I talk about how much I hate it, within the next week, I have at least 5 people be like, "Oh, hey, that's really cool." So I hate talking about it because for some reason that always happens.
I feel like I remember seeing this one and saying it was cool.
Probably.
Now that
It
you're
was
telling the story.
super impulsive. Like literally, my friend came over with a machine. I sat down, I drew it, and they slapped it on my leg. And I have had it for that would have been 2013, so like 11 years now. And actually, for the very first time the other night, when I was out at the bar with my friend. They're like, "What's its name?" And I'm like, you're the first person in 11 years to ask me that. Like since I got it done, no one has ever asked me. It doesn't have a name. And they're like, "Okay, so Geraldine." I'm like, "Okay, cool. It's Geraldine." And I feel like it's gonna be even funnier when I show this because it doesn't look like a Geraldine. So one of my worst, most embarrassing tattoos. Get thighs up here.
Belly chain.
There it is.
I did say that was cool.
Not even any bottom leg.
I did say that was cool. I do remember that now.
Yeah. So planning a really big cover up for that one.
I think you just finish it. I would just finish it.
Because honestly, like if you look at it long enough, the line work is not great because again, my friend did it when we were in high school, and like it's like the lines don't actually line up. And the reason it doesn't have bottom legs is because I couldn't draw lower legs well enough. So I was just like, fuck it, it just doesn't have any.
It's done. We're done here.
So yeah, I'm just gonna get it really just covered up with something nice, big, heavy. Do a nice chunky thigh piece. But yeah, I have a few more that I did, a few more unfinished ones that I did myself. And it's
Right.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Least favorite? I guess I have 2 for very different reasons.
Okay.
My second tattoo was the only one I ever got drunk because I got it at the Jersey Shore on Memorial Day weekend, like a block from the boardwalk. I don't know. I could not tell you the shop. Sure, it's not there anymore because they shouldn't be doing things like that. It was a thing I just printed off the internet, and the combo of how ridiculously stupid the design was and how small I got it, you're not even going to be able to tell what it is anymore, because also we're talking like, again, if I was 18, you're talking like 20 years ago. But it was just this like tribal heart with a little pink rose. And so she is right here.
Okay.
So she is planned It's probably one of the only ones I plan to cover up at some point because I do want to do like this whole side, and I figure it'll come down and around. Like
Yeah.
I want to build out something big on this side, on my ribs and everything. I'm terrified to start my ribs, but I will eventually. So
Aw, ribs
she's
are
the only
cute.
one that I have like a plan to cover up because it's basically turned into nothing at this point.
Yeah.
But when I say drunk, I mean like fucking shit tank drunk. Like, and that bled for hours, that little thing, because of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It actually didn't look bad when it was done. Like, I don't know how they even made it look good with how much it was bleeding, but like the fact that they tattooed me was really fucking irresponsible.
Yeah.
At that point, anyone that listen, most of the people on Jersey Shore are from Long Island. I'm going to throw that out there, but like the Jersey Shore is a wild place. For 6, the Jersey Shore is a wild place, like Memorial Day weekend, and nobody should be getting tattooed. Like, period. They should just close the fucking tattoo shops and piercing shops that weekend because no one is in the right mind to be getting
Yeah.
So that's that one. The other one is this one, but it's not because of the tattoo or the work. So if I get close, like it's actually really good work. This girl's name is Haley, and she did the Taylor Hanson tattoo I just showed. This is the Aries constellation for anyone that doesn't know, but in flowers instead of stars. And I really, really wanted it, and I love Anna, who does like most of my big work, but I don't, for whatever reason, I had it in my mind that she could not do this piece, and I don't know why, because I don't even think that's true. But also I've been looking at this girl Haley's work, and I really liked it and want to get tattooed. But what I don't like is now it's in the middle of this whole arm that we'll go over that's all done by one artist, and it's like the most cohesive part of my body that I have. Anna's also not seen it. And she's got more work to do here, and like now she's probably going to be annoyed trying to work it in, and the style's different, but like this is where it had to go because that's the shape. So like, where was I, unless I put it on the back of this one, like where was I supposed to put it? And I really had this vision of it being like on my collarbone. So it's my least favorite because I think I should have thought more about somewhere else it could go, or just should have let Anna do it.
Yeah.
Because now my OCD is like, oh, how will we work this in? And also, I'm really scared for Anna to see it because she's a little tough. She might yell at me. I don't know. We'll see, because I just booked her for November 3rd. So, but it's for my forearm, so maybe I won't show her yet.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Those are my two least favorite. Actually, I'm gonna throw one third one in there and just knock it out. It's this one, this arrow. I don't know how to show my forearms.
Yeah, no, we're just struggling out here.
So not because I don't know. Well, first of all, I don't like it because now it doesn't fit in with the theme on this arm, but I don't dislike it enough to get it removed because that just seems like, do I dislike any of them enough? No.
Yeah.
But also when I brought the guy the picture, I was like, hey, I just want like something like this. And he was like, cool. And then he put the stencil on and it was just the picture that I brought off the internet. And I was like, well, I don't care enough about this to argue with you, but like, that's not what I asked for.
Yeah.
So it's fine, but it's not what I wanted.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't like hate it, I feel like that's fine. Like it's always something that could be like reworked in with other stuff or something like that. Like because that's my thing. It's like I'm never gonna get any removed because fuck that. Like I will blast over anything. I'll like proper cover ups, just full blast over, like whatever. But I'm never getting anything fucking removed. If it's there, it's there.
That's what I thought I wanted to cover this one up, and it's apparently too dark to do. They were like, you'll have to get it at least lightened. And I was like, well, I don't dislike it enough to get it lightened. It can stay. Like, I'll work around it. There's none that I would sit down and get removed.
Yeah, no.
I'll figure it out.
Matching tattoos.
I have them. I have some.
I have one.
I used to have one. Now I have a couple.
I got one with my ex.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
You would never know. Honestly, I was very particular about this because like I'm never getting one of those like couples tattoos, and I I love it. I need to get it finished and like reworked and stuff because it's just line work. It's actually the only tattoo I've ever cried for because the
Ooh.
artist was so fucking heavy-handed and it just shredded my shit.
Oh.
Um, but we bonded very heavily over the Evil Dead movies. Um, so that's how I ended up with my I'm gonna have to fucking forearm shit again. Okay. My Necronomicon.
Oh, I
So
like that one.
yeah. So we both have, Necronomicons right there. Um, but nobody would ever know it's a matching tattoo with somebody because it doesn't look like a weird couples thing. It's just like no. Once again, I really like creepy shit, so
I was gonna say it's something that you still like anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, no, I absolutely love Evil Dead still. Bruce Campbell till death for real. Uh,
Alright.
the new one was really good, but the classics just I'm sorry, Sam Raimi knows what the fuck he's doing.
Mm-hmm. What is that? Oh, sorry, my phone just vibrated. It startled me. Matching. So how many do I have? I think I have 4. But I never thought I would have more than one. So and I am like, I will only call one person my best friend. This is like super, like, that's it. There's one person, that's it. I get very jealous when anybody else calls her bestie. It's very weird. But we've been best friends. We met for the first time when we were 4.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, I almost knocked my coffee over. But we were not best friends when we were 4. But we've known each other since we were 4 years old. And we've been best friends for like, since I think 4th grade. I think there was like 5 years when we went to different schools. And so right after we graduated high school, she's not super, I'm like the soft one. She's an Aquarius, so. But she was like, we should get matching tattoos. And so but we never used the phrase best friends. We always used the phrase forever friends.
Oh.
So like pretty stereotypical. I'm going to look for this afterwards. I have a picture of what it looked like. Cause also this one, we're talking like 2 decades old. Like it's blown the fuck out, but it was sick when we got it. So we got matching friendship bracelet tattoos on our ankles, like the old school 90s half heart.
Oh,
And
that's
mine
cute.
says forever and hers says friends. And we got them at Starlight Tattoo, and I want to say it was Jed that did them, and I want to give him like proper credit because they were sick. And if he's still tattooing, like he does awesome black and gray shit. It was around my ankle, like goes around my whole ankle. I think it took like 2 hours, and I remember by the 3rd time around with the white, it was the first one where I was like twitching, like I think I almost kicked him, and I was like, my god, this doesn't seem like it should hurt as bad as it does because it's not objectively big, but it was painful.
Yeah.
So wait, let me figure out how I'm going to do this one because this is like, I should have practiced this before I started. All right. Also, like, I'm going to try to keep my foot out of there because they're not great. So this,
No
it's
free
all
feet.
blown out, but says forever.
Oh, that's cute.
The little half heart is here. So it actually, when it was originally done, and I'll find the picture while you're talking a little bit, looked like pearls. Like it was super fucking detailed. And I have a picture of the pictures of both of ours together, so it's cute. So that was the first one. The other ones, are, I like them because I started getting tattoos to like mark experiences. So when I was in London in December, we went to see Sleep Token, and it was me, Fingers, Melissa, my friend Christian from Australia, and my friend Emily from Pittsburgh. And Melissa and I were just walking down the street in Camden like the next day. And that was the show. They like played Bloodsport as a surprise at the end. And Melissa's like, should we get tattooed? And I was like, are you looking at me? Like, don't ask me that question. You know the answer.
Yeah.
So she and I walked in, and she's like, what should we get? And I was like, I don't know, just something simple. Like, this is our trip. We had a good time, whatever. So we decided to get the Bloodsport sigil. And then I texted Emily and Christian. And I was like, we're getting tattooed. And they ran over. So the 5 of us all got Bloodsport in red.
Nice.
And then 3 of us got another sigil from that album, which was The Offering. We got that in St. Louis. And then Melissa and I just got this little cake slice. Hers is in color. We were in Wales, and we were like, well, we should get tattooed again because we went on another trip together.
Oh yeah.
So we got a little slice of cake because you can eat birthday cake whenever you want. We love cake.
Yes, we do.
I think that's it. Yeah, those are all my matching ones. So this has become like a thing now, like traveling. Like I am 100% sure that I will leave Wales with a tattoo in October after Fingers and I go.
Yeah.
I don't know what it will be because we don't decide ahead of time. But oh wait, I have one more. It's not matching, but it's another. This one I got with my friend Kristen. I met her at a show in California. She's from Texas, I'm from New York, and then we were both in London at the same time, and we went out for a drink, and it was her ex's birthday the next day, who was a tattoo artist, who she would never let tattoo her, and she was like, I want to get my first tattoo tomorrow, and I was like, well, we're going to go get you tattooed tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
So she got a little something on her ribs, and I got this. So the tattoos themselves don't match,
Yeah.
but it fits with my whole, like, get tattoos with people story. So we'll just throw that one in there.
I also forgot I do have a second matching tattoo with someone.
Do it.
I constantly forget it's there because it's another one that I did. Because I used to just practice on myself. I actually still have a machine. I just don't do it anymore because like I'm not a dumbass anymore. Well, debatable. Not that brand of dumbass anymore. Although I used to tattoo people like all the time, and I'm just why was anybody letting me do that? But this is one of those ones that I did on myself, and then came home drunk one night with the homies, and my friend was like, "Hey, I want a matching tattoo with you. Can I also have that one that you have?" And I was like, "Let's go. Let's go." I think I did their stick and poke. Like I did mine with my machine in blue, so it looks like shit. I'm gonna get my leg up here real quick. This you can barely even see it.
Oh.
It's not picking up on camera very well, but it just says rad. And then they have theirs like right above their knee. But theirs is a lot bigger and in black. But that's my other matching one. I think that's it.
This is the we're so pale it's gonna blow it out. This is the picture. We have to think. You don't need to see my LinkedIn notifications. Maybe if I do it like that, you could see a little bit better. But this was the picture.
Yeah.
Of what it sort of looked like. We got to learn how to like just like put stuff up on the screen.
Yeah. No. I mean, like I could insert images, but I haven't figured out how to do it with the videos yet. So
we'll figure it out.
We'll get there.
That's what they looked
like. It's a learning process.
Let's see. That was 2005 because that was the week we got them.
Nice.
So it's a little bit less than it's 19 years old.
Very nice.
I'd like to get that one cleaned up one day.
Yeah. Trying to think. Ooh, do you have Friday the 13th tattoos?
You know I don't, and I want to get one this Friday, but I don't. Not this Friday. This Friday the 13th, but I don't know if I'll have time, but I might.
I have 2.
That's weird that I don't. Okay, let's go.
The first one that I got, I actually went with one of my old managers, and they had never gotten a tattoo. So like, I want to go get like I was like talking about it at work. So I'm like after I get off, I'm gonna go to the shop because they're doing a Friday the 13th special. So I'm just gonna go fucking get some shit, whatever. And they're like, I want to go. Like I don't have any tattoos. Like can I come? And I'm just like, absolutely yes, please, let's go. And so I didn't want to get it somewhere that like I had plans for or that was like super visible in case I ended up hating it. And I don't hate it. It's kind of silly. But it is on my ass, so I had a lovely experience with sitting there with my ass out in front of my manager. And also, it wasn't one of those studios that had, like, the curtains and stuff, so I was just ass out in front of everyone that was in this packed studio.
Love that.
Which feels very on brand for me. So now everybody gets to see my butt.
Oh, how cute.
I don't know how exactly. Also, actually, I always put it there because I can't see it. Because believe it or not, I do actually see my ass quite often. this one was also a experience of going with someone for their first tattoo, except it was my little sister. And I have the funniest picture of while we were like in line waiting and like after we had filled out the paperwork and stuff, because this was like my 20th, I think, and it was her first, and you could see the fear on her face, like she was just, and I'm just sitting there like, let's go, and she's just like super funny. And I actually, this was one of the most relaxing tattoos I've ever gotten, because if you have tattoos, you know the vibration of those machines just
eventually it just gets you.
I carry all of my tension and stress in my neck and shoulders, and so the vibrations of the machine basically massaged all of my tension out. I almost fell asleep on the table. It was right on the back of my neck. But it's one of my favorites. I can't tell if it's in camera or not, but
yeah, you are actually in camera.
Okay, hold on. My necklaces are fucking. But I don't know if you can.
Now you're not in camera. Lean the other way.
This way?
Yep, perfect.
Okay. But yeah, it's just a little bunny with his arm chopped off. Fuck luck, fun stuff. But I love it. I always forget that it's there. But yeah, that's another one of my favorites. When I remember it exists.
Okay, so I can spin off that. I do have one on the back of my neck that I forget about, and I also have a flash. It's not a Friday the 13th, but it's a flash.
Yeah.
So back of my neck, anyone that's like an elder millennial and remembers when Facebook was brand new and then they introduced bumper stickers, which is probably older than you, but it was basically just like Facebook used to be like text only, and then the only way that you could like put pictures on people's wall was bumper stickers.
Yeah.
They were just like pictures of things. Like they weren't even cool. And so I went to school for music and am a closet musician, as we've discussed, which nobody will ever hear or see. So one of the Facebook bumper stickers really caught my eye because it was really cool at the time. And so when I tell you, I probably meet someone at least once every 2 or 3 months that has this tattoo. Like that is my age. So this was also Jed at Starlight, and I don't know if I'm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, the number of people I know that have that tattoo, I don't even know what it looks like. Like I'm gonna have to watch this video to see how it's even holding up over time because I've not seen it in years, and I never took a proper picture of it either. Like he just put it on, showed me the picture when he did it, and I was like, cool, and I left, and I'd never seen a tattoo ever. And then my other flash is also Anna. So, other than dogs, bats are my favorite animal. I fucking love bats, basically because they're dogs with wings. They're sky puppies. Fuck off if you don't like bats. So Anna had this bat flash, and she did a couple different ones. And so this is my little bat.
Oh, that one's really cute.
I love him. It's also the only tattoo I've ever gotten touched up after it was done because I knew she wanted like a good healed picture, and that black did push out like a lot. So that touch up hurt like a lot, actually. It was weird. But I love him. But his name is Bosco. I let her name him. So he has a name. Well, my mermaid still has no name. So there she is again, in case anybody wants to name her. How the fuck can't... There we go. She's upside down.
Like, why is very entertaining of us just trying to figure out how to position ourselves.
I just assumed that these would be easy, and they're harder than pulling my ass out on camera.
I don't have a lot more. I know I need to get my stomach touched up. Huh?
You said you don't have a lot more?
No, I feel like I do.
I was gonna say I feel like you do.
I got another one that I did that I need to figure out how to get it like fixed or worked in. I'm gonna put my fucking leg up here again. We'll see if it's gonna be super fun. But this is another one that I did. It's actually not the worst one that I've done. I was actually pretty proud of how it came out. It did end up scarring pretty bad, but let's see if we can. I got that one right there. It's blown out as fuck, and the lines are shaky and stuff. But like, for the fact that I'm not a professional, I'm not mad about how it came out.
No.
It just needs a little help. I also have one right above my knee that is not finished. Barely even started because I decided that it hurt too much and that I was just gonna go to somebody else. I do have a plan to get it worked into something else because it's so minimal. Like, all you fucking nerds out here, who like Lord of the Rings know what the elven script on the ring looks like.
Not me, but I know Emily does if she listens.
So I'm planning on getting it worked into like that, and I'm gonna do like the script in like a circle around my knee, and then inside of that, I'm gonna do like the Eye of Sauron, and just full blast, full color, just directly on my knee because what's life without a little pain? But let me see if I get my knee up. It looks so stupid. It's so funny. It's literally just where is it?
Closer. What was it gonna be?
Those were the start to. Oh, sorry. Swung a little hard there. It was
Well,
supposed to be eyes of an alien. And it was gonna be like inside a little spaceship and all that stuff. But I like did the eyes, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
bro, I thought it looked like the start of a cassette tape to me. That's where my brain went.
Yep, that's what everybody says. That or just like a pair of glasses or something. I'm just like, yeah, no, nope, it's nothing. Just we're ignoring it until it's reached its true potential.
Okay.
But I do actually have the plan for it like drawn out and stuff. Like type A goes hard. I have like a whole list in my phone of like what I'm getting, what style I'm getting in, and where I want it. And then I go to Procreate and I like mash up a bunch of different shit and like essentially Photoshop it all together on top of like pictures of my body.
Oh.
So I can like piece together the placements of everything. I got a lot of plans, so.
Ooh, that daddy Capricorn is so strong. Does it stress you out when I tell you stories about how I just walk in and I'm like, I think I want these words. I don't know
No.
where or how big.
No, not at all. Because like I honestly I have so much respect for that because like you're just giving the trust to the artist to do what they do best. And I'm like, I have a very specific idea and I need you to just work with me. So like we're just very, very two different types of people when we go get tattoos, and that's fine, you know? Like I still trust the artist to like make it what I want, like see the vision and stuff, but like I'm a very visual person, so like if I can't see or like clear like I'm bad with words, obviously. Like forming a full sentence is just not my forte. So like I have a hard time explaining that stuff. So I'm just like, here, look at the picture. This is can you do this? Just make it cool. Because like just take this Frankenstein shit that I've made and make it art for me. Thank you. And like that's just I don't know. That's easier than trying to verbalize what I want. Because I've tried that before, and that's why I need to get my stomach redone. Because I thought I explained it well enough, but that was also very early on in my getting body mods career. So I ended up hating it, but I was, I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't have any balls. But I need to get it fixed now because it's right on my stomach and 3 children and stretch marks and all that shit. So it's worse for the wear. I'm also way too pale to have a piece as dark as that one came out, so it's fine. We're gonna blast over it, fix it, make it pretty.
Are we just gonna see that one now or no?
Oh, you want to see that one? Okay.
I mean, we talked about it. It just feels like the next step.
Yeah, so it's crooked. It's got stretch marks. It's like not a single bit of it is actually even. Like even before, like the mold right here, like she had to do shading to like try and make it even, and actually can't tell if it's just. Yeah, I think the bottom of it is also like and started doing it myself. But yeah, it's not my favorite. I wanna brighten it up. I'm gonna see if I can get it like blasted over with like color and stuff to just make it less heavy.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I have plans.
All right.
Can't wait to get my throat tattooed again.
What?
Can't wait to get my throat tattooed again.
Everybody says that like doesn't hurt that much and that it's relaxing. Guy at work just got his neck tattooed here, and he said it was awesome.
Yeah,
I have to get a picture.
My full neck done. Like I have a piece that's like gonna go up the center and like stop like here, and then I have ones that like the sides like go up behind my ear. I just actually got done designing like my upper back and like shoulders. I have my full chest planned out. I'm excited.
I love that.
You should get your ribs though. It doesn't hurt that bad.
I'm doing it. I'll figure it out. I'll make it. If I have to do it in like, I don't know, 14 sessions, it's happening. Because
Yeah.
I want it. This one needs to get worked back in, so I got this one in Atlanta opening a restaurant in 2014.
Nice.
It says refuse to slip, refuse to fall, but actually one of the E's didn't heal right and has looked like a C pretty much the whole time I've had it. I'd like it worked into what's going on here with the floral.
Yeah.
But it's like, the lyrics are from the Lifehouse song Simon, and it's actually really sad because I was like in my horrible marriage at that time, and I resonated with that song so deeply, and not just because of my marriage. In retrospect, there's so much like that I've unpacked mentally since then. But
Yeah.
like, if anybody has ever read the lyrics to that song, and I just sent them to Fingers when we were talking the other day, and I was like, oh my god, this song is tattooed on my body. Like, this resonated with me so deeply at the time. But I don't want to cover it because it's part of the journey. But I do want it to like just because this is already in that journey, and I want this to be. So I want
just
to
carry it up.
I've still got back here to do, so I just want to bring this all and bring it into that and have it get freshened up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm really excited for some of those like spicy ones. Like like this one wasn't too bad. Like it's very heavy because it's like right on the bone, and like I don't know if you watch the videos, you can tell how my bones are very prominent right there, and it's just I don't know why. No matter how much weight I gain, they're always just like there. But so it's a tender spot.
What was your spiciest? Was it that?
My spiciest, oddly enough, was the Necronomicon because like I have my fucking fingers done. Like you can't really tell, but I've done my own fingers. Like I've got my ribs done. My lower back was actually pretty spicy, but one side was also worse than the other, which I didn't find out till afterwards is really common. You're just not going to know which side hurts more until you're doing it. Super fun.
Wait,
but
is
I'm
that
super
for your whole body? Or just your back?
Like your back specifically.
Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Usually more like lower back, because I guess like your lower back and your spine tend to be more painful than like the mid upper back, which again, didn't know that until I was getting my tramp stamp. But super worth it. I feel like a million times hotter since getting that done.
I also love that your tramp stamp is new.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like that you made the adult decision to get a tramp.
Oh yeah, no, I'm committed to the bit.
I love that.
I like I like it though because I got it a little bit like lower because they're actually I'm gonna show in a second. It's bigger than like your average tramp stamp, I think. It's more of like a full lower back decorative piece. So I have enough room to get almost like from the top to like the lower middle back done. So I still have like that huge canvas, which I obviously already have plans for, but
clearly. The whole suit is drawn.
Almost everything except for my right leg. Yeah. Pretty much everything else is planned. I even have a couple of kind of face tattoos planned.
Yes.
Those are gonna be subtle though. I'm not going like full face tattoos. Like I'm, but okay. Well, I'm gonna show my tramp stamp.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it.
Bridging the gap between millennial and Gen Xers. Just sat on that. With my cyber chisrealism tribal tramp stamp, gotta bridge that gap somewhere. This one also is dog shit, and I need to get that one covered up. It's so heavily scarred, and I don't know why I did it. Very impulsive.
I like it.
I usually don't tell people this, but it was actually a Pink Floyd tattoo. Because at the time I was super obsessed with that "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" song. Very subtle, you know.
Listen, I wouldn't have guessed it was Pink Floyd if it helps. Although now
Yeah.
you've told everyone, so might as well just tell people going
Yeah.
forward.
Welcome to my chaos. I think I have a couple other ones, but like I got my ribs and then I one on my thigh. I actually held on to the one on my thigh for 5 fucking years. But like I messaged the artist and then I don't remember what happened. But it took me 5 years between when I messaged the artist about getting it done and then actually getting it done.
The Pink Floyd tattoo?
No, the one on my thigh.
Oh, you're just covering tattoos and got it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we have to talk about. I guess I got this one right there. That one. I still get a fair amount of compliments on that one, which makes me happy because it's one of my favorites. Before I left the state for the first time, just out of high school, was moving up to Washington. I let my friend, actually the same friend who did my thigh one, do my little area code one because I was, one of those silly little punk kids that has to get their area code tattooed. And I used to tag, and part of my like tag name thing had the exclamation point and question mark in it. So I'm just like, I need you to put that in there. So that's this fucking forearm shit again. Oh, move, Buzz. Oh God!
Buzz is having a day. I see it.
So it actually looks pretty clean compared to the other ones that I got from her, but it's one of my favorites. I like it. I'm not gonna cover that one up. My rib one is very much like Tumblr core.
I don't know Tumblr core. I'm too old for that. I had LiveJournal.
Yeah, I'm back on Tumblr again. I've decided I'm going back to it because why not?
I had LiveJournal. This one I was at the gym. I had nothing on this arm.
Yeah.
Beside hope. And I was at this guy's name was Ice, by the way. This was my first one from Anna, and I had nothing, and I was at the gym, and I was like, my shoulder cap would look sick with a tattoo, and I like messaged her, and she wasn't as busy at the time. She's like, you can't book her now for shit. But I was like, I want to tattoo my shoulder, and she was like, you want to come in tonight? And I just stopped my workout and went in. And so Stargazer lilies they were my absolute favorite flower at the time. Now they're one of them. So we did Stargazer lilies, and then I wanted to hide a little Hanson in it. So these are all pansies, but this is before she started doing really heavy color. This one is actually yellow, and I would love to get her to like recolorize this. And this was yellow because in the Mbop video, the pansy was yellow. This was my hidden Hanson tattoo. This one she free-handed on me. This one I wanted for years. It's the outline of the state of New Jersey with just flowers on top. You would not know it was New Jersey if you weren't from New Jersey, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And so then she colored it and was like, oh, I figured Jersey, like the ocean. I know you like the beach. So that's how this arm became like a land and sea themed sleeve. I only have 3 more, so I'm just going to go through them. Then this tattoo is a not hidden Hanson tattoo, which is also 20 years old now. Actually, in October, I'm going to the 20th anniversary show of that record. It's the first record they self-released on their album after they broke from Island Def Jam. So that's like the headphones from the Underneath cover.
Nice.
This one is my newest one from Anna and the absolute fucking spiciest one I've ever gotten in my life. This one I sent her 2 verses from 2 different songs, and I was like, can you put this in a picture for me? Because otherwise I'll just be covered in words and die. Covered in words, I'll look like a book. So she did that one for me.
Nice.
And then the last one is also Anna. This is for my lab that passed away. That's her paw print. I called her Ladybug, so I wanted it to be Ladybug themed. Initially, Anna did not know what ladybug spots looked like, and she almost drew them like cow spots. And then she did those, and they're actually perfect circles, which also is not right, but it's okay because I love her. But I had a weird reaction to the red ink that time, so I never went back to get the red finished, which is why it's kind of like watermelon pink. But I don't care because I know what it is.
I've heard that can happen before with like specifically with red ink. Like it's really hard. It's really hard to get it to stay, but like more off like there's a if you're going to have some kind of reaction to a color, like a lot of times it is red, which is super fucking weird.
Which is like when we did the mermaid, I didn't want red hair because I didn't want it to have like Disney vibes, but also I was like, hey, remember I have like a red allergy.
Yeah.
And then when we did this one, she was like, you sent me lyrics about blood, right? And I was like, I know, let's just see like how it goes. And this one is fucking packed with red.
Yeah.
This is the best heel I've had, like, so I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't a good spot.
It looks really good though.
It's people, this is it. It's this one and this one. People are like, who did those? I'm like, well, my two favorite artists, so
yeah.
Here you go.
Hey, I think that's all of mine. Yeah, I think that covers tattoos. I have a lot of piercings, but
we can kick off with those next time.
I need to get.
I don't have as many. That one will be your show. I'm ready for all those stories.
I mean, most of them are just right there.
I was gonna say you can see all mine, but none are fun anymore. I want to re-pierce my lip though.
I need to get my dermal ripped out because one of them just popped out, so I need to get the other one ripped out. I need to catch up on my ears too because my ears have the least piercings, but I also have my belly button and my nipples done. But that's I think about covers it actually.
I like want my nipples, but I don't know why. And people are like, are they particularly sensitive? And I'm like, no. And they're like, then it's not worth the pain of getting them done if you don't even like really get pleasure from them. And I'm like, but I think they're cute.
It can also make them more sensitive, but also, yeah, it's the vibe. Like, I will never feel more powerful than when I'm wearing a tight, kind of see-through white t-shirt with my nipples pierced. There's something like, about that energy. So yeah, it's the vibes are just perfect. I will say a lot of people do have trouble with healing them. I weirdly have never had trouble healing piercings. Except for I have one. I got my flat done on my left ear, but I also wear these headphones all the time, and that was like when right after I got into streaming. So I was wearing them all the fucking time, and it just wouldn't heal, so I took it out, whatever. But that's the only one. Like, people have a shit time when it comes to, like, cheeks and dahlias, but that was fine. Like, I used to have my tongue done twice. I want to go back and get the second hole redone, but yeah, no, I've never had any problem with my nipples, because I've done them, I did them once myself in high school.
My God.
Actually, hey, listen, I did it with a safety pin, and I actually got a compliment from a piercer on how well I had done. Which is crazy. But I think this is my third time getting them done because I'm done having kids. I'm never doing this again, so I can officially safely get my nipples pierced again, and that's it. So, but yeah, I think that's all my piercings. You know, I think that covers.
This was fun.
Yeah, no, this was super fun. I hope everybody watches the video because otherwise it's not going to be quite as entertaining.
No, this one's not as fun without the video. I mean, I guess you could listen, but
I mean, yeah, you can get a lot of stories out of it, I guess.
But like the art is good. Like,
yeah.
Also, I just feel like I plugged the same artists like 47 times. So thanks Jed and Anna and Natalie.
I mean, it's good to have consistent people that like you trust to do it. I have very few tattoos by the same people.
I never did before Anna, and now I'll stick with Natalie. But like, it was just a coincidence that I got Jed twice.
Yeah,
we only planned to get tattooed by Jed once. I think I got both of these tattoos on the same day. That's nice. Why.
Yeah, I went aside from Ian with my tooth and my cicada. My lettering on my chest and then my tramp stamp was also by the same dude. But yeah, those were just walk-in ones, and it's like the whatever. And I have artists that I like plan to go to multiple times because their style is like super amazing. Like my piercer's husband does fucking phenomenal American traditional stuff, and I have a few pieces that I want him to do. But like, I don't know. I like just looking around and being like, we're gonna go everybody's got a different style. I'm gonna find everybody who's really good at this particular thing, because I refuse to get a cohesive piece anywhere on my fucking body.
I just like keep falling into neo-trad, like I love it. So Anna's definitely gonna finish this arm, and I'm like, maybe I'll let her do like the top half of this arm, and then like maybe someone else do the I don't know. But jellyfish first.
Hell yeah. Hopefully when I come back and we record next time, I'll have a new one. I still haven't heard back about my spot for next Friday, but I'm whatever. It took him like 4 days to get back to me about the deposit and all that shit, so we're just, it's fine.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Manifest
Either way,
it.
I've already paid the deposit, so I'm gonna show up one way or another.
Somebody's tattooing me today.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gotta go clean up, do a hair dye today. I'm gonna come back with fresh color, and I'm not gonna look so washed out from all this fucking yellow shit. Yeah.
Well,
also, if you do watch the video and you notice that my headphones are duct taped together and you comment on it, you're just a hater and you don't like to see me winning. So
I didn't even see that.
I realized that my head kept being sore in that spot, and it's because my headphones are breaking. So if anybody does see that, mind your fucking business.
Just fuck off. Fuck right off.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
Well, I can't wait to get pictures from your trip. It's going to be really weird not sitting and just talking with you for an hour 47 times a week as we built up our little episode vault for these trips, but send me pictures. Have the best time. I know I will talk to you anyway. And then we will resume recording when you get back.
Hell yeah. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.